Alright, so I've been doing some sleuthing. With their big July event on the horizon, Xbox have a lot to prove, and their years of growing Xbox game studios will hopefully come to fruition right here. With their 15 first-party studios all working on new projects across the globe, the next generation is shaping up to be the best first-party lineup from Xbox ever. But what are they working on? Well, I think I have some ideas. Before we get started, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss a single video leading up to next gen, and ding that notification bell to get notified whenever I post a video. Let's begin. Welcome back to Direckt Gaming. There have been lots of rumours swirling around the internet about the lineup of games at Xbox's event, and we'll get into this a bit later, but I wanted to dive a bit deeper into what each studio might be working on in secret right now, and what we can expect not just in July, but moving forward. One of the studios I'm most excited by is Obsidian Entertainment. When they joined the Xbox Game Studios family, I thought this was a huge move, and the future of first-party RPGs is actually pretty astounding. The Outer Worlds was a brilliant game, and despite its relatively low budget, it was pretty impressive. But now they have the backing of Microsoft. What are they doing? On Obsidian's website, there are job listings that are hiring for an unannounced RPG running in Unreal Engine 4, which we can probably assume will take advantage of Unreal Engine 5 down the track as well. One of the job listings even talks about developing first-person ranged combat, with images coming out from Obsidian artists recently that show a huge level of detail and superb quality in a somewhat medieval design. This could definitely be the rumoured open-world fantasy RPG that a lot on Twitter have been talking about recently. With the Outer Worlds, Obsidian went straight for the jugular of Fallout, and with whatever this is, could be aimed directly at the Elder Scrolls. Interestingly, there are job postings for a narrative designer who has experience writing for multiplayer games, but this is probably to grow the team for ongoing story content in Grounded, which at the moment only boasts about 13 developers. There are also listings for a 2D animator, which could just be for UI design or something like that, but it's not entirely clear. Either way, it looks like Obsidian are staffing up pretty hard to work on a full-scale, open-world RPG with no limits. And the power of Xbox Series X and the funding of Microsoft, this studio may become one of the premier RPG studios moving into next gen. Will this game be part of the already deep Pillars of Eternity universe? I personally don't think so, but let me know what you think Obsidian are working on in the comments below. So what could be the worst kept secret in the gaming industry may literally be days or weeks away from announcement, but what if Playground aren't working on Fable? To be clear, I think they are, as the name itself will be a way to bring people to Xbox, but we're still not 100% sure. What we are sure about is that something huge is going to come from Playground Games' RPG studio. That much they're not hiding. Job listings on Playground's website are looking for staff for a large-scale RPG game, an open-world action RPG with cinematic cutscenes and dialogue trees and branching paths. Color me excited. I don't think Xbox are messing around. This generation they've had a huge lack of industry-shaking games, yes, I'll easily admit that. But in the 360 generation, they had Mass Effect. Initially, Oblivion was console exclusive on Xbox. They had Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 before that, and Microsoft Studios and Xbox in general was a force for great Western RPGs. And I think Phil Spencer is trying to channel some of that into the Xbox Series X generation. And for my 2 cents, this is the best possible news. I love some of Sony's first-party games. God of War is in my top 5 games of all time easily. Horizon Zero Dawn is incredible, but I wouldn't call it a full-on RPG to be completely honest. Ghost of Tsushima looks the goods, but again, not an RPG, and that's fine, I still really like those games. But for Xbox Studios to be looking like a tour de force for Western RPGs next gen is a dream. Whatever it is that Playground are working on, I think it'll be incredible. The Forza Horizon series is phenomenal and has literally no competition. There is just nothing that compares to the scale, level of quality and driving experience in the arcade racing genre. And I have full faith in the team at Playground to smash it out of the park with their first foray into role-playing. I didn't actually plan to just talk about RPGs for this entire video, so I'll make this one a little bit quicker. In Exile are about to launch Wasteland 3 in August, and it's looking very good. I'm really excited to experience this super deep and tactical game, but next gen I think this team are really going to be able to stretch their legs. According to InXile's job listings, they are also hiring staff with Unreal Engine experience for a brand new RPG. This one looks set to be first person, a big change from the isometric camera of Wasteland, and will feature full-on motion capture. I think with a huge budget behind them and a growing team, this is going to be another impressive Western RPG that we'll get next gen. This one is probably the furthest away, being that Wasteland is now only about to launch. But if this means a AAA RPG each year for the next 3 years or so, from Playground, Obsidian and InXile, Xbox fans and RPG fans in general will have a hell of a lot to look forward to. Compulsion are a studio that, when acquired, went pretty much radio silent. In April 2019, they filled a position of talent manager, who has probably been working on staffing up the studio for their next project. But what is it? It also appears to be an Unreal Engine with a darkly comedic tone, and have been picking up AAA devs for it. But there's really nothing to go on, unlike these other teams. I highly doubt they'll continue the We Happy Few universe. They'll probably work on a new IP, and I think that's a great idea. But it's very unclear what this team are doing at the moment. Could the July event be where they finally uncover what they've been doing for almost 2 years since Xbox's acquisition? I hope so, but let me know your thoughts down below if you have any predictions for what's next from Compulsion Games. Alright, so there's a bunch more Xbox game studios that I'm not even going to cover in full right here. World's Edge are working on Age of Empires 4, maybe even Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition as well. Pretty cool, hopefully Age of Mythology comes next. The Coalition are definitely working on Gears 6 for Series X, and 343 are preparing for the launch of Infinite alongside the console this year. But what are we going to see at Xbox's big event in July? Here are my predictions. Halo gameplay is a must. I even get a sneaking suspicion it might open the conference, if not come near the top of the list. Even though it's only months away, we've seen very little of Halo Infinite, and I'm not too concerned with that. I think it's probably a good thing to not show too much of your game until it's ready to be shown off in a big way. But now is the time. I hope we get a story trailer or gameplay section. A developer walkthrough would be very nice. Some serious details about what makes Halo Infinite special, and some reasons why it'll play best on Series X. I want to see why Chief is on a Halo again, what's going on with Cortana, and why Atriox and the Banished are one of our key enemies. The recent video that the official Halo Twitter account posted garnered like 2.5 million views, so people are salivating for more Halo information, and this is where Xbox can really show off their big launch title. I think showing some multiplayer here would also be a huge plus. Halo isn't just about the story. Multiplayer is so integral to Halo and has such a huge and passionate community. I really hope they smash this out of the park too, and we get a big blowout of what is coming for the multiplayer community. Again, this has to be a big component of the event, and I wouldn't be surprised if it took up the longest chunk of time out of all the games shown. It definitely deserves it. I think now is the time we also get the announcement of Fable, or if it's not Fable, which I really think it is, whatever it is that Playground are working on. This game is going to be huge, beautiful and mature. If it is Fable, it may be a little bit of a departure from its originally stylized design, I think, but I have complete faith that it will be a very impressive title. With Guerrilla announcing the outstandingly beautiful Horizon Forbidden West at Sony's PS5 event just a few weeks ago, Playground have the opportunity to show that Xbox have an open world just as beautiful, just as huge and impressive, and will also boast the fact that it's a full-blown RPG. I'm epically excited about whatever this is, but I hope that it is Fable. That series deserves a comeback, and now is the time. The Initiative is one of the most secretive studios we've seen of late, and they've even been super quiet on Twitter, and rumours by way of Jez Corden, LinkedIn job description, and much discussion online, this big Quad A studio from Santa Monica may be about to show off a reboot of Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark was one of my favourite games on the N64. It had awesome future tech, great gameplay, and an interesting story, not to mention the epic multiplayer. But I think the Initiative might just be focusing on the single player component for this reboot. Will it be first or third person? I don't know, but I think third person would be good, even though I dream of this game being a Dishonored/Deus Ex-like immersive sim. But I really think Xbox need that narrative-heavy AAA blockbuster that will rival so much of Sony's library. I don't think we'll see much, probably a CG teaser trailer, but if the initiative really do announce Perfect Dark, I think hype levels for the Xbox Series X will be through the roof. This is probably the safest prediction of all time, but I thought I'd put it here anyway. Turn 10 are masters of graphical prowess and design, and are in a perfect position to announce a very, very impressive new outing in the Forza series. I think they may step away from the motorsport name from some rumours I've heard, and there could be some interesting changes to gameplay and execution that makes their next title more exciting and compelling to players. With Gran Turismo already being announced at Sony's event, Forza 8 will go head to head to show what racing games can really do. With Xbox putting so much stock in their ability to push the graphical boundaries of the Series X, I think whatever trailer they show for Forza 8 will boast a 4K 120Hz mode. Yep, and I know this may sound ridiculous, but so did Forza Motorsport 7 when it pushed 4K 60 frames on the Xbox One X. Personally, I hope that Forza 8 has graphical options like a 4K 60 mode, ray tracing mode, and high refresh mode, but surely we'll see how far Turn 10 can push the limits of the Series X with their next title. I would also love to see Forza 8 being a launch title for the Series X. There are loads of other things we might see. Something from Double Fine for sure. Imagine a Banjo-Kazooie reboot from these guys. I think people would die in excitement. Maybe even a new Killer Instinct. Probably flight simulator information for Xbox Series X. I really hope there's a teaser for Obsidian's big open world RPG, even if it's 3 to 4 years away. Rare's mysterious Everwild will probably be shown off too, so hopefully we get some more details on that. Xbox has a chance here to really set up gamers for what is coming over the next few years from Xbox Game Studios, and show that they have games, they have studios, and that they aren't messing around at all. I think we could see Fable in 2021, Perfect Dark in 2022, and peppered throughout we'll see first-party releases that will cement Xbox Game Studios as a force to be reckoned with. They do have a lot of ground to make up to compete with Sony and Nintendo, but I think Xbox is perched in a better position now than they have ever been, and I'm super excited to see what they show off. But what do you think they're going to show? Let me know in the comments below and give me all your predictions, from super safe to wishlist stuff. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, it really helps out the channel, and subscribe to Direckt Gaming so you don't miss a single video. Thank you for your support. Come and chat with me on Twitter @Direckt Gaming, and until next time, peace.